So welcome to our 10-minute stretch class today. I'm gonna kind of mix things up a little bit today. We're gonna start with a little bit of a squat assessment and then move forward with some stretches that'll help you to improve some of the mobility that often gets limited when we sit a lot. Okay, so to start off with, take your feet shoulder width apart. Okay. And I'm on slightly uneven ground here, but we're going to start with arms up in the air. And you're going to squat down as far as you can. Notice if your heels come up, if you can't get very low, if your arms lean forward, okay, and then come back up. So I'll give you 3 tries and just pay attention to where you feel like maybe you get a little bit stuck at, okay? So arms up, you're just squatting as low as you feel safe with, and then back up. Okay, go ahead and do it 2 more times at your own speed. And just notice if you have to lean forward, if your heels come up, if you can't get your hips below your knees. Okay, all right, go ahead and release. So that's our little learning moment for your squat today. So now we're going to address some of the stretches that can help improve your squat. So we're going to start with feet and ankles, okay? Because our ankle mobility is important in our squat. So we're going to start with right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, and the back heel, we want to push it down. Push the back heel down. So your feet are parallel, so what I don't want is your toes turned out. So feet are parallel, and I know my mat's not totally flat, so it might be hard to see here. So we're going to bend the front knee, and notice when you bend your front knee, if you get a stretch in your back leg. It's the back leg that we're working on. So let's do that a few more times. Just notice if there's any tightness there. Okay, now you're going to find the spot that you feel a little stretch, but not too much, so anywhere in that range from straight leg to bent knee. And now we're going to take the back leg and bend the knee, and push, the heel can lift a little bit, bend the knee, and then push the heel down. So let's do that a few more times. You can use hands on hips to give you a little more stability. Okay, now try and keep the back heel down as you bend the knee. That might feel really tight. Okay, we're going to switch legs. So switch up those feet. Remember, we're keeping our feet forward, okay, straight. Push the back heel down. Let's start with front leg straight, and then bend the knee until you feel a stretch in the back leg. Let's do that a few more times. I think this side feels a little looser than my other side. Okay, now find that spot where you have a little stretch. Okay, and then we're going to bend the back knee and push the heel down. Okay, do that a few times. Okay, now hold the back heel down and then try and bend the back knee a little bit. These are like micro bends on knees. Okay, good. Let's bring it forward. We're going to move through the hips a little bit just to warm the hips up, and we'll do those squats at the end to see if you improved at all. So start with feet together, and we're going to step left and reach left. So step and reach. Okay, so we're just a lateral movement of your lower body, but a rotation in your upper body. Last one this way. Okay, let's go the other way. Step and reach. Your chin stays in line with your chest. So wherever your chest goes, that is where your head goes. Okay, good. Step feet together. Now take right foot forward so we have a short split stance. We're gonna reach up into a little bit of a back bend, push up off the back toes, and maybe even look up a little bit. And then you sweep your arms back, hips go back, lift your front toes. Let's do a few more like that. So maybe you'll feel your hamstrings a little bit more here. Maybe your spine. Last one here. Hold it here a little bit. Hold a little longer. See if you can bend your bottom knee a bit more and then take your sit bones back and up, especially your right one, okay? All right, release. Let's switch legs. Parallel feet, but short split stance. Reach up, push up off the back toes, and then reach back, lift the front toes. Let's do a few more like that. Trying to get the shoulders and the chest to open up and get some extension in your spine and some stretch in the hamstrings. Okay, last one here, and then we're gonna hold it back. Okay, here we go, hold it back. Bend the knee a little bit more and see if you can push your left sit bone back and up a little further. And release. Okay, good job. Make sure we're on time here. Okay, so let's go to the ground for a little bit. Hopefully you can still see your computer okay. If not, I'll just try and give you enough instruction, verbal instruction. So quadruped, so wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Find your neutral spine. We're gonna move through some thoracic rotation to try and loosen up your upper back. So we're gonna take left hand on the back of your neck so you can feel the big bone at the base of your neck. Elbow reaches down towards the opposite elbow pit and then reach up. Now, if you can't get very far here, just take your hips back a little further, okay? So you get to choose. We're gonna rotate a few more times. It is really hot out here today. Thank goodness it is cloudy. I'm gonna do two more like this. Okay, good. Go ahead and release. I'm gonna flip around so I can still see you. Okay, hand on the back of your neck. Reach down. Now make sure this other arm, you're not locking your elbow. Okay, keep it a little soft. Reach down and up. Again, if you can't get much rotation, then sit your hips back a little bit. Okay, good. Release the hand. We're gonna tuck the toes under and sit your hips back on your heels. Okay, push your hands into the ground and really resist. And then drive forward and do two more like that. If you want to take up the intensity a little bit, you could take it to a down dog plank instead. Okay, so hips up and hips forward to plank. Two options. Let's do two more like this. Good. Go ahead and take the knees to the mat. And we're gonna come all the way back up because we're getting close to time. Okay, so from standing, we're gonna work through the hips a little bit more before we do our second squat assessment. So take your legs really wide. So feet are still parallel, okay? Nice and wide as you feel comfortable with. And then we're just gonna bend the left knee, push the knee, the hips back and up till you feel your inner thigh. And then switch, okay? If you're not feeling your inner thigh much, knee and hips go back and up. Then you'll get it. Okay, let's do a couple more. Come back to the center. All right, take a big inhale, reach up, exhale, fold forward, keep the knees soft, hands on the ground, or if they don't like to go to the ground, put your hands on your knees, okay? We're gonna opposite arm reach, Just one more time each side. And then place your hands on your knees, come all the way up, and let's step back together. We're gonna finish up with our second squat assessment to see if it feels any different than the first time. So shoulder width apart, soft knees, arms go up, okay, shoulders down. We don't want our arms up in our ears. Okay, and now you get to do your squat 2 or 3 times and see if it feels any different than the first time we did it. I know it does for me. We could spend a lot of time on improving our mobility and stability in a squat. Okay, last one. And release the arms. All right. Thanks you guys for joining.